A major summer revolution at Manchester United's transfer window. The club's management has placed 13 deals on the negotiating table. That includes 4 defenders, with 2 of them very close to joining, 7 midfielders, 1 already signed officially and 2 extremely close, and 1 striker. On the other side, 7 players will leave, with 5 of them already gone officially. The club has also finalised the futures of 2 players and renewed their contracts. And there are also loaned out players whose futures have now been decided. Now, as part of our transfer series, we bring you Manchester United's summer revolution. Stay with us. Welcome, friends, to the BePart Sports Channel. Loan players' futures. Toby Collier. Despite a difficult loan spell, it seems Toby Collier still has strong believers in his talent. The young Manchester United midfielder spent the second half of the season at Hull City after a spell that didn't quite go as hoped. His previous time at West Brom wasn't much better either. But the interesting part is that Hull City, who have secured promotion to the Premier League, are still keen to give him another chance. The club wants to extend his loan, or even sign him permanently. Marcus Rashford. The player has become a target for 5 clubs, including 3 from the Premier League. Barcelona also hold an option to buy him this summer. The issue is that the Catalan club are hesitant to pay £26 million, especially after spending £69.3 million on Anthony Gordon. Because of that, Newcastle, Aston Villa and Tottenham have started monitoring the situation closely, while Bayern Munich have also entered the race looking to strengthen their attack. The strongest possibility is that he will be included in Manchester United's plans for next season. Departures. In a move that had been expected for months, Manchester United have officially confirmed the departure of 5 big names in one go this summer. Jadon Sancho, Casemiro, Tyrell Malacia, Rasmus Højlund, and goalkeeper Altay Bayınder, especially as we covered in a previous video, making it clear this quintet were already close to leaving Old Trafford months ago. Andre Onana. The player might actually be closer to leaving Manchester United than many fans think. Trabzonspor president Ertuğrul Doğan has made strong comments, insisting his club have met the goalkeeper's financial demands and is fully confident the deal can be completed successfully. Interestingly, the obstacle everyone expected is no longer there. Reports suggest there are no issues regarding Onana's wages, which makes the path towards a move much clearer. Even so, negotiations between Trabzonspor and Manchester United are still ongoing to finalise the financial details of the deal. Joshua Zirkzee. The player could leave Manchester United far sooner than anyone expected, just 1 year after arriving. According to Team Talk, the club are considering moving on from the Dutch striker after a spell that has not lived up to expectations, despite paying £36.5 million to sign him. What's interesting is that United are aware they may have to accept a financial loss on the deal, but they are still trying to secure the best possible offer before making a final decision. At one point, Juventus were interested in signing the 25-year-old, but reports now suggest that interest has faded significantly in recent weeks. His future is wide open. Every option is still on the table. Deals. The goalkeeper closest to joining Manchester United to strengthen this position, Karl Darlow. Manchester United are planning a move for Karl Darlow, Leeds United's goalkeeper, to be a new addition to the squad ahead of next season. After Altay Bayınder's departure in the summer transfer window, the club were forced to look for a ready-made replacement capable of adding the depth they need. In the end, Darlow is starting to look like a serious name being discussed at Old Trafford. 4 defenders heading Manchester United's transfer table to rebuild the back line. Anthony Robinson. Manchester United may have found a solution that saves millions while fixing the left-back issue in one move. According to Daily Star, the club are considering signing Anthony Robinson from Fulham for just £28 million, a figure that looks very tempting compared to the option of Lewis Hall from Newcastle. Personally, Robinson looks like a realistic and logical option at this stage. Lewis Hall. Manchester United have not closed the Lewis Hall file for a single moment, even though the deal looks more complicated than most expect. According to Fabrizio Romano, the club remain in constant contact with Newcastle and the players' camp, even over the last 2 or 3 days, a clear sign the interest is genuine and serious. But the problem is that Newcastle have no intention of letting go of one of their most important young talents easily. After selling Anthony Gordon, and with the possibility of Sandro Tonali leaving this summer, the club believe losing Hall as well would be a major blow. Even more interestingly, Newcastle deny any conflict between Hall and Eddie Howe and are preparing a new contract for him soon. In my view, United's interest is real, but the road is still long and difficult. Christian Romero. The Red Club are looking to strengthen their defence, and Romero is firmly on their radar. The player has had issues with Tottenham's management after criticising the team's performances during their relegation battle. Foot Mercato revealed that Carrick has requested him, but the release clause stands at €60 million, a fee that reflects his value. Romero could be the perfect answer to United's defensive problems, but does he really justify €60 million for Manchester United's backline? Castello Lukeba. Manchester United may have finally found the defender they've been searching for years, but surprisingly, his price is lower than most expect. According to a report from Fußballdaten, United are leading the race to sign Castello Lukeba, RB Leipzig's highly rated young defender and one of Europe's most promising talents. On paper, it looks complicated due to a release clause of €80 to €90 million, but the details tell a different story. The report claims there is an internal agreement between the player and his club allowing him to leave for just €60 to €65 million, a difference that could change everything. 7 midfielders head Manchester United's transfer agenda this summer. Matheus Fernandes, a deal many thought was impossible, is now closer to Manchester United than ever. Reports suggest growing confidence inside the club that Matheus Fernandes can be secured in this summer window. What makes it even more interesting is that Jose Mourinho once wanted him at Real Madrid, but West Ham's huge financial demands forced the Spanish club to back off. Meanwhile, the player himself is said to be open to a move to Old Trafford, with United already in advanced talks to get it done. Right now, United look like the favourites. Carlos Balaba. This is a move that started with just one post-match conversation. The Brighton midfielder even discussed the idea of joining Manchester United with several players after the end of the season, following that 3-0 defeat to the Red Devils, a moment that raised eyebrows straight away. After the game, he was spotted speaking directly with Bruno Fernandes, and later inside the tunnel with Cunha, signs that don't go unnoticed. Balaba is not coming into this out of nowhere. He already knows Lenny Yoro from his time at Lille, has a good relationship with Mbeumo, and even Andre Onana previously encouraged him towards Old Trafford. You could say it's just post-match talk, but history shows these kinds of signals often come before major transfers at United. For now, the club have been monitoring the situation for over a year without making a decisive move. Between interest and silence, everything is still open. Tyler Adams. Manchester United have not forgotten the player, even after time passed and the injury that halted their previous move. According to Daily Mail, the club are still keeping close tabs on the Bournemouth midfielder, convinced his level could explode this summer. Adams, the United States international, heads into the World Cup as one of those players who could see their market value rise quickly with a strong tournament. United were close to signing him last winter, but the injury shut the door temporarily, without ending the interest. United are still watching him closely. Marc Casado, a La Masia graduate who remains firmly in the frame, according to Mundo Deportivo, even though the deal is not yet closed. The English club inquired about the player back in January, and since then contact has never really stopped, continuing through his agent Jorge Mendes, who has strong ties with Manchester United's hierarchy. Casado is seen as a young option who could develop within a long-term project, especially with the growing need to refresh the midfield. He could easily become one of those future bets. Interest remains active, and the final decision could come down to Mendes' strong relationship with the club. Elliot Anderson. Even an £80 million rejected bid has not stopped Manchester United's dream of signing Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest. According to Transfer News Live, the club are now more optimistic about convincing the player and completing a deal this summer, despite serious interest from Manchester City. Anderson is seen as a key piece in a new Old Trafford project, especially with plans to rebuild midfield options amid possible departures like Casemiro. For now, United are applying quiet pressure and waiting for the right moment to make a formal move. One striker tops Manchester United's transfer agenda to strengthen the attack so far, Pio Esposito. The Inter Milan striker has caught attention with his performances for both club and country with Italy, quickly becoming a direct target for Manchester United. According to Team Talk, this deal might not follow the usual route, with Joshua Zirkzee being discussed as part of a potential swap deal with Inter, plus an additional cash fee from Manchester United. You might say Sesko alone can lead the line, but the truth is, top clubs don't rely on a single striker across a full season, especially not in a league as demanding as the Premier League. And as we've seen with teams built on a clear attacking duo, United seem to be chasing that same formula. For now, everything is still at the idea and evaluation stage, but movement inside the club is becoming more and more visible. Contract renewals. Manchester United's hierarchy have started moving to protect one of the most important pieces in the squad. According to Transfer News Live, talks have begun with captain Bruno Fernandes over a new long-term contract. A clear signal the club do not want to risk losing the player who leads the project on and off the pitch. At the same time, United have wrapped up another deal, with Tom Heaton agreeing to a one-year contract extension. And although his role is not always visible on match days, the club see him as a major presence in the dressing room, something sporting director Jason Wilcox has also highlighted, praising his professionalism and his support for young goalkeeper Lamens throughout his first season in the Premier League. Bruno is the team's brain. Heaton is the experience, and both are key parts of Manchester United's long-term stability.